Hello, everyone. Welcome, welcome. How are you today? We are going to do a love reading. This is going to be with multiple decks. We are looking at um, what do you need to know for your highest good. This is a collective reading, so take what resonates to you, leave what doesn't. This could be a reading about yourself. This could be a reading about a relationship. This could be a reading about a friendship. Um, but just take what resonates, leave what doesn't, and take your time with the reading, process things, go back to the video, watch it again. Sometimes we might need to watch things two or three times. Pay attention to not just the words that I say, but also the images on the cards. Sometimes there are messages hidden in the cards that we might not realize until we stop, pause, and actually clearly look at things. So make sure you look at all the messages. All right, so let's take a look at our cards. Um, I feel like that was the only one that wanted to come out on this one. All right, so our first card is clarity. Take time to think about your situation to gain clarity. Okay, so this one is saying that it's really important to think things through. Your energy, it's really important to align your energy with your heart and thoughts and minds. It's very important to have everything aligned correctly. Don't allow yourself to jump into a situation based off of wishy-washy emotion kind of thing. Make sure you know the truth, the facts. Make sure you get answers, and don't just go off of like hearsay kind of thing. So honor your loved one, and you will notice your relationship becoming stronger. Okay, so this one here, I feel like there's a imbalance. Like if you look here, there's two people, and I feel like there's this split between them. Okay, um, so like this is all about honoring. Honor your loved one. Okay, so somebody, this might not necessarily be you. You might feel like you're not being honored. You might feel like there's an imbalance here with like communication or something. Um, Honor yourself, because when you honor yourself, you want to honor those around you. And it's not ego. Like I'm not talking about like one better than I'm not talking about ego. I mean like when you honor your needs and you know your needs and you know where you stand, then you honor those of those around you. Okay, you have a um, an ability to see past um, certain situations to bring things back into harmony. So honor your loved ones. This can be family members, not just a significant other. This could be brother, sister, aunt, uncle, parents. Honor your loved ones, and you will notice your relationship becoming stronger. So honor yourself, honor your role in the situation, honor their role in the situation, honor their need for space in the situation. Respect. If there's respect, then it makes the situation a lot different than when there's disrespect. The union of divine soul counterparts is a miraculous event that begins when you least expect it. Okay, so this is a divine union of souls. So in this situation, I feel like um, there is unexpected, there's going to be unexpected, the universe is stepping in here. This isn't just about, this isn't just about you or the other person or the other people. This is about completion of the universe and your purpose and like there's energy coming in here and you can see this um like it's almost like like the number 8, like the infinitive sign. It's back and forth, in and out. Like there's a maybe you've reached a level. I feel like you've reached a level of understanding. I feel like you have come into divine union with with your own soul. Like you understand that you got to let go of things. You got to um, free yourself from situations that no longer serve you, that are no longer for your highest good, that are not aligned with where you're going. And I feel like you have come into alignment with all that. Like you are no longer in resistance and you are finally in the flow, and that's going to bring things together again. We reunite with our loved ones over and over again through many different lives. Okay, so in this card, someone from your past is coming back in, right? I feel like people in your I feel like this could be both ways. I feel like there's somebody leaving your life that was from your past that has served their purpose. But I also feel like there's somebody else coming in and you're going on a whole new path with someone else. So you're leaving a current situation to start another journey because he's got his backpack on and he's like, let's go. And this person's like, I've been waiting, come on. So I feel like for some of you, there is going to be, people coming and going in this situation. They've served their purpose, so they might be leaving. And that opens the doors for other people to come in that needs to serve their purpose, right? So I feel like that's going to happen there for you. All right, so let's take a look at um, our next one. So we have spill tea. So this is just going to give us a little bit more information on this situation. It goes into a little bit more detail. So we got the surface cards, what I call the surface cards, and then we have the extra message cards, right? What do we need to know? What information do you have for us? Can you clarify what we need to know? Okay. All right. So let's see. So yeah. Okay. So here we go. We've got this clarity, push and pull. The push and pull in the relationship causes emotional instability. Okay. So there is this resistance. So here's the thing. When you look at this, you got this hot and cold, the yin, the yang. And sometimes with this situation, there's no balance here. It's you got to meet each other in the middle, and if you can't, then sometimes it's just not meant to be. Like the the coal can put out the fire, right? The fire can um turn this ice like into water, and it's like it's not an equal balance here. Like it's there's a lot of opposite energies. Okay. And that's okay. Sometimes opposite energies serve a purpose, and that purpose is divinely important, right? So this isn't like a negative card. It just means like maybe there's too much emotional instability, right? So the relationship is there's no happy medium here. There's no there's no meeting in the middle here because there's just so much resistance from both sides. Maybe this person is very cold and this person is very, very hot. And I don't mean like I mean, like emotionally. Like maybe this person's very in tune, they're very loving, they're very kind, they're very open, they want a good relationship. And this person here oh, is shut down in certain areas and they're not meeting this person where this person needs them to. So there's just too much cold energy here, where this person is like a fire energy and there's like so much of, I want you to do this and I want you to be this and I want you to meet me here, and this person's just like, I can't do all that, like I can't meet you where you are because it's not where I want to be right now. So there's this resistance, and it means that it's not a resistance that either party wants, but it's there because there is such a difference in the personalities and the paths that each person is on. So that's what gives that push and pull energy. You're too hot, you're too cold, 1 minute they're with you, next minute they're off. There's like and that can lead to an emotional imbalance. You feel like the person's not emotionally balanced with you, and that can cause a lot of problems. When you feel out of balance emotionally, it can really shut down and disconnect a relationship, whether it's friendship or anything like that. It can really put daggers into the situation. So this is really important. I feel like this has been an ongoing struggle with this situation, um, and it's one or the other. Like I feel like this person has to sacrifice who they are for this person, and I feel like this person feels like they have to sacrifice who they are for this person. So there's not a stableness here. Um, there's not a true emotional commitment here. I don't feel that it's really like I don't feel that there's a deep emotional commitment here because I feel like there's a lot of blocks emotionally, and that's causing an emotional commitment to not take place in this situation. So, facade of concern. Someone's concern may not be sincere, hiding ulterior motives. Okay, so I feel like in this energy, all right, over top of the union and the honor and things like that, like you're asking this person to honor your emotions, but this person is coming in with, well, what about me? What about me? But you're like, but this is what you need to see. You want me to honor you, but this is what you're doing. Well, and this person's coming in with, well, look what you did to me. Look what you said to me. Look at the things. And there's this like there's no honor here. Like you're not honoring either one. You're just going back and forth, and maybe this person is coming off with all these like negative energies. Like they want to play the victim. They're coming in with this victim role. You may have addressed an issue that they didn't like or that they didn't want to acknowledge, and they're coming in with this they're coming in with this uh, energy of victimism. They're the victim. You're the one that leached out at them. You're the one. This comes back to this energy again, where there's emotional instability again. Because every time you try to voice your voice, every time you try to say something, this person comes in with, how could you say that? Why would you do that? Look what you done. Look how you made me feel. And they turn a situation that like I know I feel like you're seeking clarity. Like you are seeking clarity. And maybe the situation you allowed it to build and build and build and build and build and build until you lost your control over your own emotions in this situation. And you tried to honor them, but you feel like you're not being honored, and it is causing issues with your unity together. And instead of this person meeting you and understanding your emotions. Instead, it turns into this explosive, like, hot and cold, like extreme energy. And this person is playing the victim. They're making out like, how dare you do this to me? How dare you make me feel this way? How dare you say these, but not taking accountability for not meeting you emotionally, not taking the accountability for their own actions, their own behaviors that may have led to this emotional disconnection kind of thing. So drifting apart, yeah, the connection between you and someone is fading. So I feel like this is um a connection that is just, there's no resolution here. I feel like the divine, God, the creator, he has known this for a while. He knew that this was coming, but he allowed it to play out this way because you can't start something new if you have what ifs, right? What if I did this? What if I tried that? What if I would have stayed? What if I would have tried a little harder? What if I would, and now it's to the point where it's a repeated pattern. It's a pattern that just keeps happening, and it's not resolving itself. And you've come to the conclusion of that. You are aware that it's not resolving itself. And again, this could be a friendship, a relationship. It can be a family member. Um, it can even be job related. Like, it's just not serving the situation. You have grown so much in this situation. You have really grown as a person. Maybe you used to play the victim with this person and you guys just went back and forth, or you were at a job and you just played victim with this job back and forth. And you and your coworkers, we were victims of this manager, blah blah blah. Like, but I feel like this energy is shifting to the point where you're done with this lower frequency energy. You're done with this feeling like um I don't know, it just doesn't get it doesn't get the same results that it used to. Right? You're seeking clarity, you're seeking honor, you're seeking a deep emotional spiritual relationship. Maybe in your job, you're seeking something that really calls to you and really feels like it's meant for you, and it's just not it. This is just, what you're doing just isn't it. So whether it's a family member disrespecting you, some of you might have family members that just think that they can walk all over you because you're family and you're supposed to just put up with it because everybody else does. Whatever the situation is, um, it is definitely it is definitely not getting any better. Um, this fading, it's it's an awareness. This isn't an energy to be bad. This isn't meant to be bad. This is meant to be healing. This is meant to be awakening. This is like the divine stepping in and saying, "Are you done? Do you finally see? Are you ready now?" Because new things can't come in for you until you're ready to give up on what you have, what you're doing. If you aren't ready to give up, then you're always going to have that what if, what if, what if. If I just would have hung in there, if I just would have kept showing up, if I would have tried this, if I would have tried that, if I would have done this, if I would have done that. And it's you you would never truly have closure. So this card here is more like a closing card. It's basically saying that, the situations that repeat over and over again, you're starting to see the fakeness. You're seeing the problem. You're seeing the fakeness in the situation. You're feeling the energy of the fakeness, of the pity party in the situation. And you're allowing this to take place. You're ready for this to take place. You might even have already pulled back. Um, and And your connection might be, the universe might be getting ready to use that connection energy in another union, in another form. There might be somebody or something else coming in for you, another job or another person that's aligning for you, or something like something that values you or appreciates you. It's going to align with your union card. Okay. All right. So looking at our angels and auras, we have law of attraction. Yes. Okay. So my angels are with me. Life loves me. I am beautiful. I am prosperous. Prosperous. Everything is going to work out. Right? So this is letting go of all those negative emotions. You're done. You have done big breath, right? You have worked very hard on everything, and you have really done a lot of work. You have paid very close attention to your heart. You've paid very close attention to your emotions. You've paid very close attention to how uh, the situation that we're talking about has made you feel. You are well aware of patterns now. You are not making excuses for yourself, and you're not making excuses for anybody else. You are basically exactly where the universe wants you to be. You are exactly where you need to be. So this is not wasted time. Do not think that any of this was wasted time. This was a blessing. This was an alignment. This was a growth process. This was you holding space for your life to move fluently into a new beginning, right? I feel like you did this with not just yourself in mind, but you kept everybody in this situation. You thought about everybody. Every decision that you made during this situation, it wasn't just about you. It was about everybody that it involved, and you took the appropriate steps and the divine timing, and you sat with the universe, you sat with God, the creator, you talked about this situation. I feel like you really you allowed yourself to notice things that maybe you never allowed yourself to see before. And these can be things within you, things within others, things within the situation. But I feel like you've you have your own clarity. Like the universe has brought you in like your own clarity. Like there's a lot of clarity here that the universe gave you that maybe you wouldn't have gotten from anybody else. So you got this now from the universe. You're well aware of the situation, um, and you're just kind of letting all the control go. You're letting go of any control, and you're just seeing it for what it is, and you're just allowing the universe to just help you see what needs to be done next. So you're putting a lot of control into the universe's hands, which the universe is going to show up for you this time. Like there's this union here, so the universe is going to show up for you. Let's pull some charms and see what our charms say. All right, let's see. So we have the all, yeah, protection, love, the elephant. Okay, so the elephant is all about family. An elephant is truly about, like, they remember everything. They don't forget anything. They're very protective over their babies, and they have a lot to do with energy. And, like, an elephant will honor an elephant that dies, even if it's not even their family. So, like, there's a big a big shift coming in here. This bone, I feel like it has to do with ancestral, like you're guarded by your ancestors. You know, we go, and I feel like there's a reward. You know, like how you have a dog and you give a dog a bone. You know, I feel like there's a reward coming in for all this hard work. And maybe it's not just the reward might not just be for you. It could be for other people involved as well that have been working to help you in this situation, or working to align this situation. You got the heart and the moon. So there's like this person, this union, the universe, they would give you the moon. Like they love you so much. This situation has a lot of love coming in from the universe, from the divine, from source. Um, it just reminds me of that whole like I love you to the moon and back kind of situation. Like there is a lot of healing and there's a lot of love here, and I think it's time for you to see the importance of loving yourself enough to step out of situations that don't align with your true path and your true energy. Here's the thing. If you're not happy but you're trying to keep the peace, or you're not happy but you're trying to understand everybody else's perspective, but nobody is meeting you where you are, then who are you really serving? You're people pleasing. You're pleasing, but you're shutting yourself down. You will lose yourself from trying to make space for everybody else. If people are not sitting at the table with you, asking you what makes you happy, asking you how you're doing really, like really, how are you doing? If people aren't caring about your needs and they're cutting you off and focusing on just their needs, and if they're not wanting to work on themselves or work on the situation or improve the situation, but they want you to continue to stay in this situation, then you're going to lose yourself. You're going to lose your energy. You're going to lose your happiness. You're going to get little bits and pieces here, like breadcrumbs, but that's truly not where you're meant to be. And the universe knows that. The universe wants you to align with what you're truly meant to do and what you're truly meant to be and what you're truly meant to be doing. And unfortunately, this might be, having to walk away from situations that maybe you never thought you'd have to walk away from, but you are protected. You are divinely, spiritually, ancestrally protected. You are going to be okay, and this situation is going to be okay, and you're going to be glad that you made the decisions that you did. It might not be as extremely easy as you had hoped it would be at first, but you're going to be glad that you made these decisions. Um, and things are going to, one door closes, another door opens, I always say. But you have to walk through that door. You have to walk through it, so it's going to work out. You are divinely protected. You are on a divine purpose. Trust this purpose, right? Trust what the universe has aligned for you. All right. Thank you so much for joining me. It was a pleasure to do your reading, and I wish you all a wonderful day. Bye.